The Nathan Hale Veterans Outreach Centers are dedicated to serving veterans, active duty service members, and their families, and bringing awareness to the personal, professional, and financial hardships these brave women and men must face. Julie Thompson invited President and founder Christopher Hart to talk about how these outreach centers and the farm are there for those who serve.
I am so pleased to welcome Christopher Hart, who is the founder of the Nathan Hale Veterans Outreach Centers. Christopher, can you tell us a little bit about the background of what brought you to this point in your life right now where you have created two such wonderful and dynamic veteran centers?
Sure. And first of all, thank you for having me. I love PACTV, and you guys have been helping me ever since I got started. I started the Nathan Hale Foundation a little bit after 9/11. I just felt compelled to do something. I'm a Gold Star family member, and I'm a son of the American Revolution. My family's lost an uncle or a grandfather since every generation going back to the Revolutionary War. So serving in my family is it's part of our tradition. I myself had some ticker problems when I was younger. I tried to get in the Navy, and they wouldn't let me in, and you know, so I had to do something. So I left my job, and I left on the date that my grandfather was killed in action, which was Thanksgiving Day, 1944, November 23rd. So that was my last day of work, November 23rd, 2003. And it took me a little while to get going. Some organizations get a nonprofit, get incorporated, then write a mission statement, and end up changing it all because it didn't really work out that way. Instead, I really worked hard on my mission, interviewed a lot of veterans organization and what the needs were, and that kind of helped me get started. And so that was 18 years ago, this November, and I started my first Veterans Outreach Center, which at the time was mainly transportation to and from the VA facilities. Yep. We started with Plymouth, and we worked our way to 9 towns. And then in 2009, we started our first food pantry, and it went from oodles and noodles, and now it's like renting a big, huge truck every month. Yesterday, we picked up 4,500 pounds of fresh vegetables and meats and dairy products, and that's been going very, very well. And since we incorporated, we've served over 75,000 units of service to veterans in the South Shore.
Wow!
Which I'm very, very proud of.
Yeah.
And then 7 years ago, we bought a piece of property in Plymouth on Beaver Dam Road, 232 Beaver Dam Road. And we named it Three Hearts Farm after my grandfather and his 2 brothers, who are all World War II heroes. And I wanted a less clinical name. And, like I said, by talking to veterans and veterans organizations, and especially the young veterans coming home, and a lot of women veterans that we have now, there really wasn't anywhere that facilitated anything for veterans that didn't really associate with, like alcohol and gambling. They wanted something more warm and fuzzy. And I said, that's perfect. Let's start a farm. We'll do some wellness programs there. And that's been going great. We put in about $250,000 into the property. This year, we're starting our hydroponics at the property. So this year we're investing about $200,000 into hydroponics and in a new parking lot and new fencing. And we'll be starting the state's first agricultural veterans workshop. So we'll be teaching veterans hydroponics, how to grow garlic, how to build raised gardens, how to, start from seedlings and, inside our greenhouse. And, it's just something that's a nice thing that veterans can do together as a family,
right?
And they can also use it in the future if they want to make money doing so. It's nothing new in America, farming. So
right,
but we want to teach the new scientific way of farming.
Yep.
Which uses a lot less water. It's not as big of a footprint as most farms, and teach veterans all the new science of
farming,
growing,
right?
And
which is wonderful because everyone needs to eat. Now, the farm itself, do you raise, whatever you raise or whatever you grow there, do you sell or not sell, but give away in your food pantry also?
Most of it we give away at our food pantry. We do sell a little bit of the garlic. And this year, though, we'll be selling a lot more to restaurants because we'll be growing a lot more. And our outreach center is state funded.
Okay.
And we're an agency through the Massachusetts Department of Veteran Services.
Yep.
And we receive state funding. And during COVID, we received a cut in state funding. So by having our hydroponics, we'll actually make enough money where we don't really have to, something like that happens again. At least we have a sponge fund to use.
To carry you
so
through,
our farm is a little bit different. We use no government funding at all, no town, no state, no federal. We raised all the money on our own. All the big companies in Plymouth, contractors have all reached out and helped us with doing paved walkways and rebuilding the barn and doing the electric work and putting in parking lots, and everything's come from the community, and it's a wonderful thing. So many people want to help, and they love the concept that it's a great place for veterans to go. Where there's, it's a beautiful environment. It's gorgeous inside our barn. We have a big water wheel like Jenny Grist Mill, and it's just nice and quiet. There's beautiful walking trails. We're right next door to Tidmarsh Farms, kind of nestled in between Pine Hills and Tidmarsh Farms, which is fabulous. And the people at Pine Hills are very, very receptive and very helpful.
You've almost created a holistic environment for veterans to come together, to learn new skills, to interact with each other, to share stories, to share common goals and bonds. Now, aside from that, which is all wonderful, people, I think of traditional veterans services as being, like you said, transportation, help with all the logistics of benefits, things like that. Do you also do that?
Yes, well, we have a veterans liaison.
Okay.
And he usually, meets the veterans maybe at the farm, maybe here at the outreach center. He has his own key. And most of the work he does is with combat veterans.
Okay.
And then if we have, there's something that we don't do, such as spouses benefits or, things that pertain to burials and stuff, we'll use Roxanne Whitbeck at the Plymouth Town Hall. She does a wonderful job. If there's something we don't do, we refer them to Roxanne.
Right. Now, do you
let the surgeon do the surgery,
Yeah, right, I gotcha. Do you have scheduled events that occur at the farm where you'll give me a few examples of what veterans would come together to do?
On Saturdays, what we call Family Day, and veterans come with their families, and we have a nice cookout. We have a beautiful pool table in there. We have an antique pinball machine. We have foosball, and we've got darts, and some people just like to sit back and relax. Some people like to go for a walk. And this year, we're not only adding the hydroponics, but we're kind of integrating our wellness programs into the farm. So we have like a $16,000 jacuzzi that's getting delivered in April.
Nice.
And we just put in a $5,000 massage therapy chair.
Yeah.
And we got an examining chair. So eventually we're going to be doing like acupuncture, light therapy, aromatherapy, and have more wellness programs also, integrated into the farm. It's kind of a one-stop shopping.
Yeah, that's terrific.
No one's ever done it in the United States before. It's kind of a unique thing.
You are definitely a trendsetter, Christopher Hart. Now, do you have all different ages of veterans? And once they come and take advantage of what you do at the farm, at your centers, do they tend to stay? People just continue to come?
Right. And through the week, people just kind of come on their own. They know when we're there because they'll see the water wheel. That's like the on light that we're there.
Yep.
And so a lot of people just kind of come and go as they please. This year, we're hoping to add more of a structured schedule, adding another day for the cookouts and adding another day for like coffee hour, maybe 2 days. And we just received 3 large kilns. So we want to start our pottery and ceramics.
Oh, that's awesome.
Go along with it. So you have things, to do, like I said, to do together. You can heal a lot better when you do things together as a family.
Yeah, true.
And that's kind of the idea what we had.
That's wonderful. So it's for veterans and their families, this whole experience that you've created. Now, how can people help or contribute or donate? What is it that you need the most?
You know, this year we're hoping a lot of people buy our vegetables. And that's one of the things that we're really reaching out this year, of getting people to come by. On Three Hearts Farm, there's a Facebook page that will lead you to our website, or at the Nathan Hale Veterans Outreach Center. And we're going to do some fundraisers this year too, which we're like the worst fundraisers ever. We don't ask anyone for anything, but it seems like everyone wants to help us, which is wonderful. And this year, we've got some ideas. We might do some little acoustic concerts and to help raise funding and stuff like that, and to get more people involved. And we have, other than the COVID hitting us, we were having groups of volunteers at the farm, from a group of 5 people to a group of 75 people.
Wow.
We've had 6 Eagle Scout projects.
Yep.
We have a lot of veterans, a veterans construction company, Infantry Construction out of Kingston, just built us a beautiful deck for our jacuzzi. I mean, everyone helps us.
Yeah. It's truly, because
wonderful.
you're serving a community, the community sees what you do and they give back, which is typical of the community that we live in, which is wonderful. Christopher Hart, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for what you do and continue to do, and I'm sure we will talk to you again.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Another way our community lifts each other up. Thank you, Christopher and Julie. To learn more, visit the Nathan Hale Veterans Outreach Center.com.
If you've enjoyed this video by the local scene, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.